I'm Cole.
And I'm Sprissa.
And we are Flora Cash. Okay, should have said that at the same time.
Oh.
Whatever, we're Flora Cash.
What are we going to do today, Cole?
So, just a little background on who we are. We are a band, obviously, and we actually met through our music.
We met on SoundCloud a couple of years ago, and I found Cole's music, fell in love with his voice and his lyrics. He found my music and obviously fell in love with my voice and my lyrics, la da da.
Yep.
One thing led to another, and here we are married.
The rest is history. We're gonna do this interview that, or this Q&A, actually, that EARMILK has given us. And before we get into it, we just want to say hi and a big thanks to David and Carl from EARMILK for having us in this context.
Thank you, David and Carl.
Thank you guys so much. First question is...
do we ask each other the questions, or how does it work? How are we going to do it?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, maybe
do
we
we
should
do
ask
every
each other.
other question? Like I ask you this one?
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Question number 1.
You can ask me first then.
Okay, I'll ask you then.
Go ahead.
Where were you in your own lives prior to meeting each other?
Well, I was studying environmental studies in Stockholm, and Cole. Oh, but then maybe you can answer where you were, or should I say where you were also?
Yeah, why not?
And Cole was in Minneapolis studying. What were you studying? Philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, I was studying kind of just the general humanities,
Yeah.
but I really always liked philosophy, so I kind of was emphasizing.
Why do you do philosophy?
I don't know, because everybody always thinks that sounds, I don't know, very teenage, like...
Do you think so?
No, I don't know. I think people have a problem with it because it's like, well, it's one of those subjects that's, how do you have a actual, like, what kind of career can you have in that sort of thing?
Well, that's what they say about musicals. Next question.
So you ask the next one.
Where's the question? Oh, there. How did you find one another, and how did the relationship escalate from online to real life? Can I do that again?
No, it's okay. Who cares?
Escalate.
Nah, it's whatever. Well, as we mentioned, we found each other on SoundCloud, or rather, Sprissa found me on SoundCloud. So what happened was she started making comments on my songs, like on a bunch of songs, in a very stalker-esque kind of... No, I'm kidding. It was not a stalker-esque.
No, a little bit maybe. Tiny.
No, but it seemed like an enthusiastic response.
I was really happy that I found your music, so I had to express it.
Exactly. And then I listened to her music and I fell in love with that as well.
Yeah.
And then it kind of, I think I added her to Facebook, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm the one who took that weird leap. So we did that, and then we exchanged Facebook messages for a while, talking about collaborating and getting to know each other. And then maybe about 4 or 5 Facebook messages in.
Oh my gosh, was it that fast?
Yeah, it was pretty fast. No, but it started to take a flirtatious twist, that's all.
Oh,
it wasn't anything creepy. No, but that's understandable.
I know. No, is it?
That's like if you met somebody at a bar, like you would have small talk at first, and then it might gradually turn, and that might be in one night. Some people have sex on the first night, don't you? For God's sake. So, I mean, if you think about it, like us spending a week exchanging messages in a gradual getting to know each other. So then what happened is Sprissa sort of, after a while, she kind of said, well, we need to talk on the phone, because, I don't know, she thought it was important for us to hear each other. And
Are you going to say the whole thing?
Yeah, well, how it escalated to real life.
Yeah, okay.
And I said, like, how embarrassed, I mean, I was super embarrassed about that possibility, I thought, what if I sound stupid? I still think I sound a little bit stupid, but... So then we talked on the phone one time, and it was really great, and then after that, like, immediately she was like, now we have to Skype with each other.
Of course, we have to see the real...
Exactly. So then I was like, had my anxiety again about doing that, but then we Skyped for like 5 months. And
then I flew to Minneapolis, met Cole, and here we are. We've been together ever since. So
that's kind of how it escalated. Basically. So I'll ask question 3. What was the first thing that happened that told each of you that you may have more than a music project in front of you?
Well, like we just mentioned, like 4 days in, I think we kind of, according to Cole, we were kind of flirtatious and yeah. So I feel like we kind of knew it kind of fast. Did you? Yeah. I mean, how did you? Did you feel that?
Yeah. I think that was, I mean, you know.
I mean, we felt like this connection musically. I think sometimes when you feel like that somebody, I don't know, in life, kind of like, usually we like people that like the same thing, I guess. Yeah. Most of the time.
We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. So yeah, we felt that connection pretty fast.
Yeah.
This question, is it me?
Yeah.
What came first, the music or the love?
Well, obviously the music came first, but then in terms of actually doing music together, the love came first. So we actually we didn't write any music together those whole 5 months that we were Skyping and communicating online, actually.
First of all, it was kind of hard to do because if we would play or if you would play something on the guitar, it would be like this
delayed, so
it was impossible.
I could have sent recorded guitar, and then
but we were way too into each other to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So in a sense, the music came first because we met on SoundCloud. Then the love came first because we had this whole kind of online relationship before we actually ever made music together.
Yeah.
And then when she came to Minnesota, that was the first time that we actually started to write music together. And we didn't actually write a first song until like 2 months in, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we came up with some ideas, but then we finished our song called Somerset at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
And that was the first full song that we ever actually wrote together.
Nice. You.
Oh yeah. How did making music together help you through personal issues you may have been going through?
I think music overall for us is a therapy, even if it's with each other or alone. And most of the time we do it together now, obviously, because that's what we do. But it does help a lot. I think it helps, I don't know, just to express different feelings that you have. And that at the same time, it probably helps other people that are feeling the same thing or kind of feeling the same thing. The part of being able to express certain feelings through your music is how it helps.
Agreed. Yeah.
Did forming a romantic relationship while making music together lead to any initial issues? If so, what kind, and how did you learn to deal with and overcome them?
I've said this before in interviews, but it's very true. It is kind of hard to be in a romantic relationship and make music together, which making music together is kind of like a job in a sense. It's a fun job and it's a passion, but it's still like it's being in a relationship with somebody that you also work with. So there's that, which is like you're involved with that person in different sort of dimensions. But also there's the thing of that you want to sort of impress the person that you're in a romantic relationship with your art. And if you're making the art with the person, then they see sort of how the sausage is made. They see the ugly parts of the process. So I think that is sometimes, even now, difficult to some extent. Like, because you want to be able to show a finished product to each other that's good, but at the same time we're writing it together. So it's kind of, that usually doesn't happen. I don't know if that's a good answer, but that's...
Yeah, but that makes sense.
It's just pretty much about letting go and accepting the fact that, like, even if it's hard, you still wouldn't rather be in another situation.
No.
So then you just kind of deal with the unique challenges that presents. Try to learn from them. You know, it's a good learning opportunity.
Totally.
To be a more grown-up
and
human.
Also, like, just the patience. Like, yeah, you get to learn a lot of things working with somebody so closely that you also live with, eat with, hang out with.
Yeah.
Work out with.
What advice could you give to other artists in a situation like yours?
Don't give up on working together, even if sometimes you just want to claw somebody's eyes out. Just continue, like, no, don't give it up. Especially if that person means a lot to you. You have to just continue, and things get easier. And sometimes it's not easy, but most of the time it works out. That's my
agreed. Yeah.
If you can travel in time within your Untitled chapter, as well as Flora Cash story, which point in time would you go to? Why? And what advice would you give to your younger self?
I guess I would go back to. That's a tough one, actually.
Yeah, that's actually a really hard question. It just feels like all of the times have had like its charm, you know, even the hard times.
Yeah.
I remember like when we just we just talked about it a few days ago about when we just had 200 subscribers on YouTube, and we thought, wow, 200 people are actually in here listening to our music and stuff. So it's kind of, I mean, I think everything has a charm. I can't come up with something I would say do this differently or
I don't think I would either.
So far.
Maybe I would just, all I would offer is like, I mean, when you get to particularly hard times, I would guess I would say like, okay, but this is going to work itself out. But on the other hand, we already told ourselves that at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we always know that things, I mean, you know.
Things do work out.
As long as you're alive, things will work themselves out.
Agreed.
You know, I think. And so I don't know, I agree with you. I think that, all those times had their charm, and they also brought us to where we are. And I think I value all of those learning experiences, actually. I don't know if I would even bother giving advice to our past selves, because like that would probably just... Plus, who are we to give advice? Because I'm sure that we're also doing shit wrong now.
Probably.
So I wouldn't want to mislead our past selves based on our incomplete information now.
Yeah, so true. And also, like, I feel like, I mean, we have so many stories, like, from the start, like how we met and all this stuff, and we've been moving around a lot just to be together also. So, like, it's been so many experiences. So I think it will make really good stories in the future, so I'm really happy about that.
Is there a question that you would personally like to be asked or ask the other but haven't had the chance to yet?
Oh.
If so, what would it be? And just do it now, live on EARMILK.com.
Ooh. That's hilarious. Okay, okay, let's think here.
I have to think about that for a second.
I don't know. Do you have any? How old were you when you first time your first kiss? I don't think I've ever asked you that. Actually.
I have no idea. I actually don't know. Maybe.
Oh, is there anything that you really like? Nah, I probably asked you that. Oh, I know. What do you want for Christmas?
Oh, that's boring.
That is boring.
Mm-hmm. I really don't have any burning questions at all.
No, because I think we've asked each other and talked about them.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as we know. Do you want to give me a kiss, maybe?
Sure.
Is there anything about my looks that you wouldn't want to change?
No.
That's a really bad thing to ask.
And plus I wouldn't.
If you had to eat only one thing the rest of your life, what would you eat? I mean, like, only... I mean,
see, that's a hard one, because I wouldn't say that it's necessarily... It wouldn't probably be my favorite thing that I like to eat out on special occasions, which is definitely sushi.
At a special place?
At a special place. It's called Isa Sushi. I don't mind advertising for that, because they're the best.
Then everybody
that's
goes
E-S-A
there. No,
Sushi.
Don't. Then we'd be too busy, and it's always busy.
Oh yeah, it's always busy, and now it'll be more busy.
I'm joking.
She's kidding. I'm kidding. I'd have to go with something kind of boring, because if it's the only thing you can eat, then you actually want it to be something that you can eat a lot. Yeah. Like, because the only thing that I can eat consistently and not get that sick of is pasta pesto.
Pasta pesto my way.
Exactly, how Espresso makes it. Well, anyway, so those are the questions, and yeah, thank you to EARMILK once again for inviting us to do this. This was a lot of fun.
I had this great idea before, but Cole thought it was a bad idea. I was thinking we could sit here with a glass of milk and have Cole's ear out. EARMILK, but he said it was not so good.
No, I just didn't want to go through the hassle of
me pouring milk in your
But anyway.
Yes, thank you so much for having us, and we're Flora Cash.
Yes.
Over and out.
Bye.
Bye.